ओके लाइव हो गया क्या? आपको आवाज कमी कर। लाइव क्यों नहीं दिखा रहा है? मैं स्ट्रीमिंग ही किया ना कि रिकॉर्डिंग किया मैं? हाँ यस। ओ बॉय वी लाइव। ओके मुझे पहले सब चीज़ शेयर करने दो। ऐसे कुछ बीट ही नहीं होना चाहिए। क्वेश्चन के क्वेश्चन करो, वो क्वेश्चन करो। ये है एक है। हाँ लगा इतना लॉन्ग आएगा ये। अरे क्या बीटी है? ये तो होना चाहिए। हाँ जी जी भाई। What is up हेजो भाई? ओह इसका क्यों ओपन हो गया? ओके अरे नहीं इधर यूआरएल आएगा ना। बी लाइव जी जी बाय। क्या इधर?
There's something in the air.
अब ये मैं
Something
शेयर
that
करता
tells me
है।
a new case is brewing.
एक दो भाई, तीसरा ग्रुप तो डेड ही है पूरा। ठीक है चलो ये सॉर्ट हो गया। अब एक सेकेंड, अभी हम लोगों को करना है क्वेस्ट। क्या मिला? और देयर इज नो इशू हियर विद द कैरेक्टर साइन और इन अंडर। ये साइनो का कुछ तो बीटी है क्या? साइनो से काहीतरी सीन आहे काय? साइनोचं काहीतरी ग्लिच होतं ज्याच्यामुळे त्या लोकांनी 100 प्रीमोस दिला था। मी चालू नाही केलं, डिलीट करायचं। ओके ओके रुको, मेरे को है ना कुछ तो एक तगड़ा टीम निकालने दो। कहाँ मालूम आप क्या कुछ करने को बोलते। आइए पहले मैं सब रिवॉर्ड रिक्वेस्ट दे दो भाई, दे दो। क्या है? क्लेम दे दो भाई, इधर का भी दे दो। दे दो दे दे, या भी दे दे, ये भी दे दे, या भी दे दे बस। जी जी भाई अभी चलो सुमेरु में। सुमेरु में आ रो। आज पूरा क्वेस्ट भी सब खत्म ही करने का है। चल पर हाँ, अभी ये ठीक है क्या एंगल? आई गेस ये शॉर्ट है।
Next on the agenda.
चलो अभी मैं स्टोरी को ट्रिगर करता है फिर लेट्स गो। ओह माय बैड, मैं एक्चुअली ट्रिगर कर चुका हूँ। एक सेकंड, आर्कॉन क्वेस्ट है तो फिर इधर ट्रिगर क्या हुआ है? ओके मॉन्स्टर क्या, ठीक है बाद में देखते हैं। ये कंटिन्यू टू नाइदा। ओके नाइदा थी वो बात कर रही थी। ओके
Let's continue our chat here.
हाँ 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 चलो चलो भाई, ऑटो प्ले सीधा।
So do you have any ideas on how we can investigate the sages, Nahida? Actually, I've already done a little bit of work on that. But for now, I want to hear your thoughts.
possess a key figure in the academia, possesses a student and should grab someone close to him.
No way, that's too risky. You mean
Okay.
be too easy to get caught? No, it's not that. We shouldn't involve innocent students in this. A single mistake could completely ruin their lives. Doing that would be ignoring the safety of my people for my own selfish goals. How is that any different from what the sages are doing? That's
Oh
a good
my.
point. Spoken like the god of Sumeru.
True. Mm.
We're in
Okay.
the dark as of now. Since we still don't know anything about their goals, any rash move could tip them off. And after all, every person in Sumeru City is one of their hostages.
तो फिर क्या अभी ये करना
I've
पड़ेगा?
already tried that, but all the key members of the academia, even the core of 30 guards, intentionally avoid wearing their Akasha terminals. It seems that from the very beginning, they've been guarding against info leaks from the Akasha. Of course, it could also be because they're wary of me. Have you already caught the sage's attention? I'm guessing not yet. But distrusting me would make perfect sense if they've ever paid attention to the urban legends about me. In any case, I probably can't take over their minds directly.
I can't think of how by same.
Are we really out of ideas? Nahida, you're super smart, so you already have something in mind, right? Don't keep us in suspense. Spill the beans already! According to a popular theory from the Vahumana Darshan of the Academia, rejecting impractical motions at the beginning of a planning session will give more weight to the actual proposal. Okay, but aren't you the god of wisdom? You don't have to use that kind of gimmick to make us take your ideas seriously. Well, I've been thinking that if I can't directly possess the leaders, and if I can't get ordinary people involved, then I should find someone who's already involved, but hasn't decided to side with the sages. You're saying we should recruit a spy?
I'll
That
hit
does sound like
them.
it could work. Oh, before coming back, we met someone named Alberto. He seems like he acts alone, and he likes doing stuff behind the Academia's back. Actually, I already have someone in mind. Do you still remember that female scholar named Sataria?
Okay, is this a playable character?
Paimon remembers now. Isn't she the one who's always trailing behind the Grand Sage of the Academia? We ran into her basically every time the Subzerwas Festival repeated itself. You could even say we're old enemies by now. Paimon still remembers the smug and mean way she always spoke. I've always liked observing all kinds of people, and Sataria has always stood out from the crowd.
Okay,
She
so
was born in the desert and was hailed as their greatest genius. Her academic gifts allowed her special admission into the academia and also gave her the opportunity to serve as the sage's assistant. Oh,
Sure.
Paimon didn't know she was from the desert. She must be pretty special then. Paimon feels like most of the desert dwellers around the city are working as mercenaries. The name Sataria means star. When she lived in the desert, she shone like the brightest star in the night sky.
yeah.
Later on, she was chosen by the sun. The star was given a place in the daytime sky to complement the sun's dazzling light. Soon after, the star witnessed the sun scorching the earth, which brought forth many disasters. The star began to waver. Instead of staying beside such a sun, wouldn't it be better to return and light up part of the night sky? But in the end, she couldn't give up the radiance of daytime. To cope with her shame, the star buried her guilt and closed her eyes.
Those are
From the sound of it, Sataria's just hung up on the research opportunities here. But she doesn't really support the academia. She still feels guilty about not doing more for the desert, right? She's just running away from... Indeed. When they are presented with complex moral issues, many people will simply plug their ears and go with the flow until the problem can't be fixed anymore. She's suppressing a lot of guilt. But before she realized it, she had already become the sage's accomplice. She can't deny her part in their schemes
the
and right.
person you need, huh?
We must somehow make her that way. Not only can we get useful intel from her, but she can also use it as from my past observations. Cetaria will take a day off from the academia every 10 days to do some shopping, and this tomorrow afternoon just happens to be a shopping day for her. To prepare,
Okay.
let's go check out some of her favorite spots and have.
Chalo. Bre. What is up? Nibia? Oh, bhai saab.
This should be Cetaria's favorite fortune-telling spot. So should we ask the fortune teller about Cetaria? No, I already have enough information on Cetaria. The most important thing now is for you to pay attention to the vendors talking style and...
My poor lost lambs. Have you become troubled over your fates? The divine voice of wisdom often echoes between mine ears. If thou be blessed today by the gods, I may be able to show you the way.
Huh? Really?
Apura hair dryer.
Whispering things to her?
मैं तू
My friend
देऊन
here
है ना
has some
तेला.
doubts regarding his future. Can we get a fortune reading for him?
हाँ? तो तिथे लावलेला कनेक्ट केलेला.
Of course. In that case,
इतना क्या उसको सस्पेंस दिया? हाँ? तो बघ तिथे असेल. नाही.
it would seem that Harut and Marut are quite wary of you.
अरे.
Perhaps, at some time in the past, you have somehow offended the gods.
ओ भाई.
Only mocking the god of Animo, questioning the lord of Geo's financial savviness, and brawling with the god of Electro. Do those count?
Oh, nothing. Go on, pick an aspect for her to divine.
Divine
Health
Okay.
prospects, no problem at all. Oh, the gods have spoken. The truth shall be revealed. Your life shall continue on for many tens of thousands of years. Impossible. Marut, did you two spoil my divination? I've never read a fortune so absurd.
but she is actually a big deal.
Actually, Python thinks this is probably the most accurate fortune telling you've ever done.
I admit that the orientation of today's celestial matrix is suboptimal. As such, there will be no charge.
Is that so? Well, that can't be.
If you were to bring some food offerings for Harut and Marut on your next visit,
This is
perhaps they could help.
I guess.
Is this another one of Cetaria? Yeah,
Okay.
it belongs to a king.
Her father
His
has.
father helped Cetaria a lot when she first moved to Samari City. So she's when I start talking with him.
इतना क्या बात करना है?
Customers, would you like to look at some pop?
We caught wind of your great craftsmanship, so we specifically came to take a look.
Oh, I recognize you. Aren't you Miss Catherine from the Adventurers Guild? Sounds like I.
Speaking of, where did you learn this trade?
I suppose you could say it all started with my dad. He's a mason by trade, but I picked up an interest in clay while apprenticing for him. After that, I began making pottery by myself in secret. And I simply changed trades when my works turned out well. Although it's a pity that I'm no longer making much use of the knowledge provided to me by the Akasha.
That's nice. You're making a living doing something you love.
So is your father still working?
Oh no, not anymore. A few years back, he fell from a roof and broke his leg. Since he had already saved enough Mora over all these years, he's just enjoying the retired life in Port Ormos now.
I see. We wish him peace and happiness in his... I'll have someone in charge of logistics at the guild come by another day for some goods. We'll leave you to it.
No problem. Rest easy, all our goods are sure to meet your every need.
ओके इधर है इधर गेट भी रहेगा नहीं इधर नाइस इधर और नीचे क्या है? ये कौन है
Healthy.
ओके
This should be our final stop. Sitaria's always thinking of this restaurant when she's working at the academia. So she always comes by whenever she's out in the city. Nahida, you've really thought of everything. It's my duty to protect Samari's citizens.
Hi there. I feel like I've seen you down by the docks before.
Huh? Sorry, I don't quite remember.
If I recall, you were having a discussion with someone about shipbuilding at the time.
Ah, that's right! I've always been really interested in feats of marine engineering. After all, I grew up in Liyue Harbor and spent my entire childhood staring at the ships going in and out of the port. I came to Sumeru to study, but failed to make it into the academia But I'm still discussing all kinds of problems with different scholars. And I'm continuing to study and perform research from the restaurant's basement. I'm sure I'll get into the academia after their next round of exams.
What an admirable spirit for learning. Amazing.
Sure. But you'll find hardworking people wherever you go.
So this restaurant has a basement as well? Huh. First I've heard of it.
That's right. It's not usually open to patrons. Most of the time, employees use it for breaks or to hold private events.
I see. Guess that makes sense. Well, good luck with your studies, Miss Chisham.
Thank you so much. As long as I can make it into the academia as an official student.
be happy
I must have met her somewhere.
ओ इधर ही
So, was that everybody? Mm-hmm. 3 familiar faces should be enough for Sitaria.
ठीक है
What's the point of all the information we've collected?
हाँ
Nahida, you still haven't told us how you're planning to make Sitaria face her problems. Sitaria is already used to avoiding her problems, so we must find a way to break through her usual sense of... I remember that you mentioned that the Eremites in Port Ormos are all making a fuss about the upcoming resurrection of the Scarlet King.
हाँ yes
Although
sir
it's all just a boatload of nonsense, the faith of her homeland may turn out to be Sitaria's soft spot. Oh, Paimon gets it now! You want to take advantage of the guilt. Although she knows she should return home to help the people of the desert, all she's done is conspire with the sages.
okay if the king
Well, the Scarlet King is long gone.
if
And
the
Sitaria is also too smart to... If we simply engaged her under the guise of the Scarlet King's believers, she would definitely be weary of it. But if we were to borrow some of her close acquaintances to talk with her, her reaction would... So, you mean you're going to possess those people we just talked? Yep. Possess them through the Akasha. Imply that they've already converted to the faith of the Scarlet King. And then convey our made-up will of the Scarlet King. As long as everything goes smoothly, we'll get through to Sitaria for sure.
okay let's see
That's how you're going to use all the info we collected on these people. It's so that you won't slip up and break form. Possessing them will only work if you can manage to pass off as them. Exactly. So, best of luck. But we don't know how to possess any... That's no problem at all.
I just
I'll
said
just
this
share all their senses with you once I've possessed them. As long as you're also wearing an Akasha terminal, the effect will basically be as if you've possessed them yourself. Huh. That is pretty convenient. But why does he have to do this? Can't you do it your... Although I've been observing humans for a while, I've never been good at imitating them. You're not wrong. It's always been painfully
I'll try
obvious.
my best
If it
chalo
was at all possible, I would have preferred to leave these people alone.
yes sir
Yeah, don't beat yourself up. Alright, then
चलो भाई साहब कि कभी कभी थोड़ा ऐसा बिल्डअप है ना बोर होता है कितना टाइम क्या है 12 12 भाई साहब 12 अरे एक सेकंड मुझे एक सेकंड वॉइस नोट डालने दो। मैंने वो रील्स नए फॉर्मेट में डाल दिए वहाँ पे। सिर्फ जो इमोजीज थे वो मुझे बहुत कोई वैसा ऑन पॉइंट नहीं मिला। और तूने वेबसाइट सेंड किया था वो भी नहीं ओपन हो रहा था, एरर आ रहा था दोनों में। तो मैंने इमोजीज नहीं डाला, बट बाकी सब मैंने लेवलिंग कर लिया, तो उसे एक बार देख ले। हाँ बस अभी कहाँ खेलो, ये सिर्फ इतना ऐसा इन्फॉर्म करने का बाकी था मेरा। ये हो गया ना।
Should we really be off work this early? There is
वेट
still a
अंटिल
lot left to
आफ्टरनून
do.
12। हाँ 12 बज गए ना 22। हाँ देखते हैं। पूरा चक्र खुलने का बुलू। भाई थोड़े ये क्वेश्चन अच्छा है, पर स्टार्ट में बहुत बोर हो रहा है। एंड में तो फटेगा ही। चलो अभी रहना है। ओ इधर को पकड़ो भाई, इसको पोजेस करो। वो निकले गुड़ुप करके।
Here she comes. Satori is here. Let's quietly follow her. Once she starts talking to her acquaintances, we'll find a safe spot to begin. As for how we'll sway her to our side, I'll leave that to you. I trust you'll. Paimon's starting to feel kind of nervous. Looks like they've already
Okay,
started
let's go.
talking. Let's find a hiding spot and get started.
उन लोगों को देख रहा है। ओ भाई क्या ही हाइडिंग स्पॉट भाई, फुल ninjutsu।
That's right. You really can't force anything when it comes to love.
ओहो
Besides, everyone around me has a very different background and outlook. Are you still listening to me, Nabia?
Oh, of course I'm listening. You were talking about troubles with your love life, right?
Okay then. You just seemed a little distracted for a moment there. Strange. Your cats seem pretty worked up. I always thought they were quiet, happy kitties. Oh, what are their names again?
हारू वो मुझे नाम याद नहीं है।
Ah, that's right. They are just little darlings, aren't they? Harut and Marut.
So, which fortune do you want me to read for you today? You must have come for another echo of the...
I'd like to get another reading on my love prospects, but to be perfectly honest with you, I feel like I've been a real mess recently.
A mess?
Well, could you do a reading on how long it'll take me to finish my current project at work? I really just want to get it over.
I hear you. No problem at all. The gods will reveal the truth. The gods are asking, Sataria, why haven't you gone home?
Why haven't I gone home? Do the gods really know everything I've been thinking about?
Sataria, why don't you just go home? It's a demand now instead of a question. The gods seem to be truly upset.
I'm sorry. I know I failed the gods. Please pass on my most sincere apologies and ask for their divine... And, if I may ask, Nabia, is there a specific god who's speaking to you right now?
ओ भाई एक घंटा कुछ भी नहीं समझा।
What an inconsiderate desperate and naive question. The god who is speaking to me is, of course, the wisest and mightiest of all.
Scarlet
the
King.
Scarlet King.
The Scarlet King? No wonder he would make such a demand of me.
Oh, this current passed away
Wait a
long
s-
time.
Even though news of the Scarlet King's resurrection has been spreading like wildfire, it's all just a misinformation campaign from the academia. How can the Scarlet King still exist in real life?
What insolence! I am the Scarlet King's most loyal believer. Do you wish to refute his voice of...
Oh, no. As a child of the desert, I am only reveling in his power upon learning that his divine glory has touched even this city. I will think very carefully about his demand of me. I'm sorry. I must go now.
Chalo bhai.
Wait!
Oh.
Whoa! She just ran. Well done. Sataria didn't seem to suspect anything amiss. To have something she's been trying desperately to avoid show up out of nowhere and berate her, that must have shaken her to the core. Aw, Nahida. All I know are some abstract heart-of-the-top theories.
In any case, my time has.
My time with you has shown
Yeah,
a lot
I'm
of
trying
things
to
with
make
others
sense.
useless. Anyway, enough of that.
चलो भाई पकड़ते फिर उसे. अरे नसीब. चलो भाई फुल जादू. चिक फोटो. एडिट तो क्रेजी मानना पड़ेगा.
It's okay. I just got caught up in something. Oh, actually, didn't you ask me to help you look for work? What kind of work were you looking for again? Oh, right. Your old man's craft.
Yes.
How could I forget? Speaking of, how's he doing?
He's
Is he
feeling a
feeling
lot
any better?
better. He's walking more now. He's feeling a lot better. He can lift stuff now.
Huh? Wasn't he nursing a leg injury? If I recall correctly, his strong arms had always been his. If you could find the time, please write him a letter. Please pass on that recently, faith in the Scarlet King has taken root in Port Ormos and has begun to spread across Sumeru. He has a quick temper and has always been a devout follower of the Dendro Archon. I don't want him to get into a fight with those Scarlet King believers because of a difference in beliefs.
Oh, so who are you siding with in all of this? The Academia or the Scarlet King? I'm so jealous of you. You were born a child of the desert, yet you chose to betray the Scarlet King.
And now you spend
now
all
you
your time.
spend all
Okay.
Akeem, you don't mean you've also become a believer of the Scarlet King?
ये एक्चुअली जरा ये
What's so
करे.
strange about becoming a
हेलो
believer
हम
of the
प्यार है
wise
हम
Scarlet
प्यार
King?
बांटते हैं.
In fact,
अरे भाई बहुत सारा
who's
प्यार.
the strange one? The one
जो ही
who
चाहिए
still
जिंदगी
can't
में.
pick a side?
Can't pick a side? Me?
और फोकट नहीं.
No idea you'd be so good at this.
Oh भाई. Before I know it, I started getting better in the
You
role.
really zeroed in on the issue.
क्या लेते हो
Couldn't
प्यार
find
के
a fun
बदले में?
It might feel a bit overwhelming for Sataria.
It's not fair.
But once
Okay.
everything is over, I'll be sure to pay her a visit to her mind and explain everything.
नहीं नहीं भाई इतना भी लो नहीं है मैं जिंदगी में और उतना दे भी नहीं सकता ब्रो के मैं जिंदगी में.
Come on! Sataria's already...
Oopsie. Okay. भाई डायरेक्ट फुल जादू.
So, Shishan, have you noticed anything weird in the city lately?
मुझे कैडबरी
as
चाहिए.
if someone was trying
ले
to
ले.
preach to you about something?
जेप्टो विप्टो सब कर ले. No, I've been spending all my time studying in the basement. Okay.
Wait, did you just say attic? I thought this place didn't have an attic. Also, don't you usually study in the basement?
लग गए.
Well, the restaurant recently added an attic. Oh, right. Speaking of strange things,
क्या?
I celebrated
Valentine's
the
Day
Sub-Zerus festival
लिए.
so many times that I
अरे
lost
भाई
count.
उसके लिए
That
तो
was really weird.
बहुत टाइम है.
Wait, how could you be aware of that? That should be impossible. Nothing in the report indicated anything like that.
Are you still failing to realize that the Academia's lowly tricks could never deceive all of Sumeru's
मेरे
citizens?
50 गर्लफ्रेंड से उन्हें देना है। ओ भाई ये कर कैसे लेते हो तुम?
Don't tell me that you've converted to the Scarlet King as well.
What an absurd question. You make it sound like I should be
ओ भाई
ashamed
this
for
is the
becoming
main
a
question,
believer of
इतना
the Scarlet
50 गर्लफ्रेंड
King.
कैसा तुम लोग ले
In
लेते हो?
reality, shouldn't you be the one who is ashamed? You, who works side by side with the Academia and treated people as nothing more than experimental subjects?
लड़के यार छोटी बच्ची होती है ना। ओ भाई साहब ये सीपी में मत जाओ बस।
Still trying to run from her problems. She can no longer justify everything to herself. Hey, she's trying to talk to the guards. What should we do? This is the most important part of all. Quick,
Mercenary, you're a member of the Corps of 30, correct? Please help me pass a message to the Matra right away. The situation in the city is getting out of control.
Please, try to remain calm, miss. Tell me what's happened.
Heretics are infiltrating the city, and they've already converted many residents to their side.
Heretics? What kind of heresy are you talking about?
The Scarlet King! Many people I know have suddenly started believing in him, but he's long dead. It's impossible.
Miss Zetaria,
Nothing
nothing
is
is
impossible.
impossible.
Hey.
You know my name?
The Scarlet King is immortal, and all who defy him will one day pay the
Oh.
price. You must face the truth, Zetaria. You tread a treacherous path, and the longer you ignore it, the tighter the Academia's
लगता है
grasp
तुम
on you will
नए-नए
become, and the deeper you
बड़े
will
हो।
be ensnared. Child of the
स्ट्रीमिंग है क्या?
Scarlet King,
हाँ मतलब मैं
never
अभी
forget that
रिसेंटली
the desert
चालू
that
किया है।
belongs to you lies elsewhere.
What's so
Oh,
strange
bhai.
about becoming a believer of the wise Scarlet King? In fact, aren't you the strange one? The one who still can't pick a side?
What an absurd question. You make it sound like I should be ashamed for becoming a believer of the Scarlet King.
Zetaria, why haven't you gone home?
ठीक है, this effect is it's nice. इतना भी ऐसा ये नहीं था।
It seems that no matter where I run, I only keep finding more believers of the Scarlet King.
I have to say this is a familiar
I've also
feeling
been
I've been
running
running
from my
from
guilt
it.
this whole time.
Get over my
Guilt
part
over
is
my
the
part in
stage
the
plans
sage's
having a
plans,
letter from the ship
and from
of
ignoring the letters from the children of my
तुमने
home.
डेजर्ट अपडेट एक्सप्लोर किया?
No matter how much I
नहीं,
may try to
मैं
ignore or get rid
अभी
of it,
जस्ट
my guilt always comes back.
मैं कितना मैं कल स्ट्रीम करने वाला था, स्ट्रीम पे मैं खेलने वाला था बट खेल नहीं पाया। तो अभी मैंने चालू किया है तो डेजर्ट एक्सप्लोर करना बाकी है। मोस्टली सोचा था कि आज जितना खींच सकता हूँ उतना खींचूंगा, डेजर्ट जाऊंगा।
You won't necessarily lose your research opportunities by facing the truth. Besides, did you really want to conduct your research while carrying such heavy feelings of guilt?
ओ भाई
How
साहब।
do you know me so well? Are you truly just a believer of the Scarlet King? Or are you the god him?
That's not important. The important thing is to pass judgment on the Academia and its sages, and if you could provide some assistance in this matter, perhaps it could serve as a form of atonement.
I've actually never believed in the gods, but I've always believed in serendipity. Your appearance must be a fated opportunity for me to get out of this wretched situation.
मेरा तो इनोजुमा आइलैंड का रीटो एस्केप प्लान मिशन अभी तक नहीं हुआ। ये वो एक्चुअली इतना कुछ टफ नहीं है। मैंने कुछ तो कीड़े कांड किया था मिशन का, किधर तो इधर उधर से उड़ी बिड़ी जंप विम करके मैं निकला था बाहर। कुछ तो ऐसा ही सीन किया था मैं। ओ मिशन में बहुत मीम्स आए थे।
What can I do for you?
Good welcome.
How much do you...
I was just one of the designers for the massed dream harvest scheme.
Oh
Which is what
ho!
happened around the Sub-Zero's festival. But I know very little about the full scope of the overall project. I'd assume that only staff with the highest clearance would have access to those confidential documents.
35 है ना, आराम से भाई। गेम चालू होता है 45 के बाद, क्योंकि तब तू मेन आर्टिफैक्ट्स फार्म करेगा, तो इजी आराम से खेल।
I've just been working to meet the Grand Sage's specified requirements. However, there's something that's been really bothering me.
ठीक है।
I heard that a scholar who was previously expelled has returned to the city. And And even the sages are still quite wary of him.
Oh.
To fight against the academia, we will need to figure out the nature and the purpose of their work.
Yeah.
Is there a way for us to get access to the confidential documents you mentioned?
It should be possible if we're willing to take some risks. After
After
all,
all,
I'm an assistant to the Grand Sage, and I've been working on many
कैरेक्टर
tasks
ज़्यादा
outside of the
ताकतवर नहीं
project.
है मेरे, बस बैनर 50 लेवल का है। हाँ, इतना कुछ प्रॉब्लम नहीं है रे, तू 35 का है ना, तो तुझे सिर्फ तेरा वेपन अपग्रेड करना है, तेरे टैलेंट्स अपग्रेड करना है और तेरा कैरेक्टर अपग्रेड करने का है, बस। तुझे आर्टिफैक्ट्स पे इतना ज़्यादा ध्यान नहीं देना है। तेरा 45 के बाद तू आर्टिफैक्ट्स पे ध्यान दे, तो तेरा गेम अभी के लिए ज़रा टफिश रहेगा। 45 के बाद ज़रा सा चैलेंजिंग लगेगा, और तू यार 50 तक तो तुझे भाई फालतू ही लगेगा सब गेम में।
One thing though, I won't be able to transfer the documents to you through the Akasha once I get my hands on them.
The sages are
Sages
always
have always
closely
closely
monitored.
monitored all. Let me see. Let's use the most
Send
primitive
someone
method.
to pick up the
Send
documents.
someone to pick up the documents.
The academia entrance. Wouldn't that be too conspicuous?
Don't worry about that. I assure you, this won't be. I'm only suggesting this location because it'll draw more scrutiny for me to leave the academia again. It'll be safest for me to distract the guards long enough to hand you the.
All right, I trust.
So, if
That'll depend on the judgment of the Dendro Archon.
the Dendro Archon.
That's
That's right. Her
We're the
people are
ones
the
we
ones we have
endangered.
endangered. As the god of wisdom, she's also the one responsible for judging and guiding the scholars. Maybe it's time for me to find a god to believe in.
Just as Nahida predicted, we've managed to. The Traveler's execution was ingenious. He's the one who deserves all the praise. Now
Traveler,
that we've
ये
made
चाला
plans
कुछ
to
भी नहीं
meet
किया हम
tomorrow
लोगों ने।
evening, all we can do is pray for Sataria's mission to go. Pray? But if we're going to pray to the gods, aren't we just praying to you? Wisdom and guardian of the scholars? No. The truth is the true guardian of scholars. I've always believed that. Anyway, let's meet again tomorrow evening.
चलो भाई वापस एडवेंचर के लिए। आई गेस अभी स्टोरी का स्पाइस अप होगा। तो ये सब क्या है? ये मेरे ये क्या है इधर? ओके, फेस्टिवल फीवर। ओह, ये वेपन है। आई गेस ये फटाक से मिल सकता है आज के आज ही। मुझे भी इतना आइडिया नहीं, बट बहुत है। आई गेस इसमें है ना 1000 प्रीमस तो मिलेगा भाई, इजी। मैं ना डेजर्ट बेजर्ट खोलूँ क्या? किधर है भाई साहब, किधर है? ओके, नीचे। मैं काम करता हूँ, मैं थोड़ी ये बना लेता हूँ कंडेंस, और फिर बात का बाद में देखती है। कंडेंस ये दे दो, धन्यवाद। मेरा क्या 4 घंटा नहीं चलेगा? ठीक है, कितना 19 ना? 5 आज का 19 ना, मतलब कल का 19 तक हो जाए। ये नहीं, ये फास्ट होना चाहिए। क्या इतना स्लो है ये? चलो समाप्ति। What is up? What is up?
We're here! Oh, that's right. I
So,
suppose I'm the other Catherine in your mind.
Can we just call her Naida?
We're on a secret mission tonight, so we need to protect Catherine. Yep, Paimon's right. We cannot fully rule out the chance that the meetup tonight is just if something were to happen.
My existence may be the only trump card we will be able to play.
After all, the academia should still be unable to confirm the existence of my consciousness in the. Yep, exactly. Just what Paimon was thinking.
Oh, bhai sahab.
Anyway, enough about that.
Hello.
Let's just make sure to be on our guard.
कामाला म्हणजे नाही नाही झालं, सकाळी जाऊन आलो. चालेल चालेल. हा चालेल. हा काय, मला फक्त सांग टाइम, कारण माझी स्ट्रीम मोठी करणार आहे, तर त्याच्या आधी संपवीन मी. चालेल ठीक आहे, कूल. चल मग. हा. स्पीकिंग ऑफ विच,
Off? What do you feel is off?
भाई बहुत कुछ ऑफ है. एक दो कैरेक्टर ऑफ हो
It's
जाए.
the middle of the night. Of course it's quiet. You're not getting paranoid, are you?
No, I think he's right. It really
एक
is a
सेकंड को
lot
मैं आवाज आ
quieter
रहा.
than usual. If you look around, there seems to be fewer people on the streets. I'm not sure if this is the case for the entire city, though.
Huh. Maybe it's
क्या
just
बात
a
चल रहा है?
coincidence. Maybe Sataria figured out a way to not only distract the guards, but also to get everyone to go to sleep early, just so we can exchange the...
I also can't quite figure out why things feel a little off.
But now
But
that
now that, well, regardless...
मालूम नहीं क्यों, बट अभी लोगों ने जैसे मेंशन किया बहुत फिशी लग रहा है. आई गेस सटारिया जो भी है वो खटारिया बिटारिया वो हम लोगों के साइड नहीं है, ऐसा धोखा देने वाली है, ऐसा मुझे फीलिंग आ रहा है. नानाची टांग तुझा. उधर ऊपर ही जाना. देखते चलो. अभी मुझे तो लग रहा है कि वो दगा देने वाली है, बट लेट्स सी. ये मैं सिर्फ इसके वजह से बोल रहा हूँ कॉज वो ट्रेलर में दिखा ना, कैप्टन के ऊपर चढ़ते वो लोग, चढ़ते आई मीन मारने को, और कुछ नहीं. तो उसके वजह से मुझे ऐसा लग रहा है, बट देखते क्या मालूम. वो सुबह था, अभी तो रात हुई है. अरे कितना ऊपर भाई, कितना. हाँ आ गए. वो कट सीन है जी जी.
What are all these people doing here at this hour of the night?
ओ भाई साहब. ओहो.
Ah, the triumphant hero returns at last. And to
ओहो.
a rather spectacular welcome, even if I do say so myself.
You're the outcast, expelled from the academia.
Indeed I am. Although these days they tend to call me
ओ
the
भाई.
Doctor.
दोतरे.
If you're looking for your researcher friend, she has already been taken into confinement. With some basic caution, she could have discovered the listening device on her person. Clearly, she lacks the degree of rigor expected of a true scholar.
The people of Samir City. What have you done to them?
I simply made some minor adjustments to their Akasha terminals. Now they can deposit information directly into the subconscious. As you can see, all these lovely people now believe this traveler is a hero who has just saved the world. My experiment is a success.
Ooh.
And now it seems they can no longer hold back their sheer adoration.
No, what should we do? These are all just regular people.
Leave now. We need to get out of here.
But that guy's a Fatui Harbinger. We can't just leave you here.
Nor can I abandon the people of Sumeru.
ओह. ओके, मुझे लगा नाइदा आएगी, बट ठीक है.
Don't worry. We'll meet again outside of the city.
I see. You appear to have overridden their mental faculties with your own consciousness. To possess such a powerful mind, you must be the god of wisdom.
ये बहुत खराब इस पे एंड नहीं किया, ऐसा लगता है.
This should be far enough. Paimon needs to catch her breath first. Is Nahida going to be okay?
I
We only
guess.
made it out because of her. Paimon wasn't counting on running into a new harbinger here, let alone such a high-ranking one. That guy was number 2. So scary. He called himself the Doctor.
Remember Tigna told us about
Tigna
him?
told us about him. Sataria did say that someone who once got expelled from the academia came back recently, and that even the sages are wary of him. Yep. Sounds like she must have been talking about the
One times
Doctor.
better scale of this person.
Now that the Doctor's in the picture, we're no longer just dealing with the academia. They're in cahoots with the Fatui. But what are the Fatui after this time?
Anna, we need to find a way.
Yeah. Things would be... Nahida said
We'll
we'll
meet again
outside of the city.
We can't just keep waiting around there. Let's start our own investigation.
You mean...
Let's go find Tainari.
Right. Wasn't he invited by the sages to work on some project when we were staying with him in the Vidya Fort? Even though he turned it down at the time, there's no time to lose. Let's go to Gandharva.
Chalo bhai sahab. Okay, easy Primos, nice. Primos. आई शपथ रिमोज ही नहीं है भाई बहुत बीटी है बीए क्यों नहीं आ रहा है The current character involved in other quest cannot the start of contamination ये क्या है Ask Tainari about the situation. अरे भाई साहब टाइनरी का क्वेश्चन करना पड़ेगा यार मुझे नहीं करने का है ए पपट छी भाई क्या ही मूड ऑफ किया इन लोगों ने थोड़ा हम लोग एक काम करते हैं हम लोग डेजर्ट जाते डेजर्ट मस्त क्वेश्चन चालू था कुकर का फालतू गिरी करना हो रहा है चालू हो जा हाँ चलो भाई यार ये ना फालतू की रे मैं वो क्वेश्चन चालू भी नहीं किया था कुछ भी नहीं किया था तभी भी वो क्वेश्चन के पीछे भागो ये तेरे को कुछ नहीं करेगा यार है भाई तू कुछ तो ओके ये ज्यादा ही ऐसा एकदम तू की सस्पिशियस टाइप लग रहा है ओके सैंड मतलब इतना कोई ऐसा अलग नहीं लग रहा है ग्रास जैसा ही बट ओह ये कुछ ओह ठीक है दिस इज नाइस अरे अरे जान अरे मेरे बाप नहीं 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 लपड़ी करने का मुझे सिर्फ इधर के टेलीपोर्टर्स खोलने दे नीचे है नाइस भाई जी तो ये खोलता हूँ मैं फटक से अरे बस ना यही तो चाहिए था और अरे करे 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 ठीक है चलो हाँ खुल जा सिम सिम भाई वाह ओके एक्चुअली बहुत ज़्यादा ही खुला मैं इतना एक्सपेक्ट नहीं कर रहा था ठीक है हमारा 67 है बहुत ही है अभी कहाँ है ना इधर कुछ तो शाइन जी ओके एनिमो यूज करना है भाई अंदर आते ही वर्ल्ड क्वेस्ट चालू हो गए क्या डेंजर है वो किधर है नीचे है क्या आई थिंक सो नीचे गए तो मर जाएगा सीधे। इधर ऊपर ही ऊपर रहेगा मोस्टली, ऊपर जाता मैं। अरे इससे ये क्या है? लोकल सुमो फोक सिंगिंग रोज। अभी ये फर्स्ट टाइम यस। ये अचानक की मैं ना अभी तो सब क्वेस्ट खत्म कर दूंगा भाई, बहुत बीटी है ये। करेक्ट। वैसे स्ट्रीम पे सिर्फ क्वेस्ट ही चालू करा। यो भाई व्हाट इज अप गोश भाई, क्वेस्ट कर दिए? सुमेरु डेजर्ट एक्सप्लोर कर लिया? ठीक है। अरे यार ये भाई कितना बात करते रहे तुम लोग। वर्ल्ड क्वेस्ट हो, आर्कॉन क्वेस्ट में भी इतना नहीं बात होता। बस खत्म, टाटा बाय बाय गुड बाय। कौन सा क्वेस्ट है भाई, कौन सा क्वेस्ट? चलो कुत्रा। ओके ठीक है, प्रीमोज मिल रहा है, प्रीमोज मिल रहा है। गुड क्वेस्ट। हाँ ये मिल गया इधर। ओके मैं बाद में देखता हूँ। मैं ओ ये उठाता है ये। अरे ट्रिगर हो भाई। मेरा तो मस्त वैलो ग्राइंड कर रहा है। ओ भाई वैलो भाई साहब, मैं वैलो में उस दिन मैं कंटिन्यूस लास्ट वीक मेरा एक एस हुआ, ये वीक मेरा एक एस हुआ। मुझे सिर्फ वो एडिट करने को टाइम नहीं तो भाई क्या मस्त मस्त फोटो। सब गूज बम से क्या डेंजर लग रहा है। ओके मैंने ये एक्सपेक्ट नहीं किया था भाई साहब, क्या क्रेजी कर रहे हैं भाई साहब। लैपटॉप लिया कल। ओह भाई साहब, अरे हाँ, अरे कौन सा लिया लैपटॉप? डेल। अरे भाई डेल मर जाएगा रे वैलोरेंट खेल खेल के। एक मेरा स्टैमिना कितना है? हाँ ओके। जेल जी ओके। आई फाई ठीक है। गेमिंग ओके 16 GB ओके ठीक है। 1 ओ भाई साहब नहीं ओके 500 ना, ठीक है डिसेंट है। विंडोज ओके एनवीडिया डिसेंट। GTX 15 इंच ओके 1 चलेगा। और क्या है लाइक ओके डिसेंट। कितने में पड़ा होगा बोलो? मुझे तो लग रहा है अगर सेल बिल सब काउंट रहेगा 70 के आसपास कुछ 70-80। अरे भाई इधर अभी किधर वो करोजन विरोजन हो रहा है रे? 70-80 30-50 है ना, ज़्यादा रहेगा 70 के ना। अरे बोला ना भाई डिस्काउंट पे मिला रहेगा ना। अरे नहीं तू चल मत रे, तू दौड़ते रहे। मैंने सुना ये लोग बहुत तगड़े हैं ऐसा दिखने के लिए। कैरेक्टर डिजाइन मस्त है इन लोगों का। अरे 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 इधर हाँ यस यस दादा भाई ये बहुत हेल्पफुल है, मतलब कुछ ज़्यादा ही हेल्पफुल है। इधर ओ डेजर्ट में भी इधर एक नंबर। ऑफलाइन लिया? कौन है भाई, कौन 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 मारने का रहा है, आप बताओ। इसमें डैमेज होता है? नहीं, ठीक है, मतलब नॉर्मल विंड करंट है। अरे मैंने कल विशिंग सेशन किया था भाई के अकाउंट पे, वो वीडियो जल्दी एडिट करके डालना भी है मुझे। जब मैं बाहर, अभी मेरा शूट चालू है ना, उसका मतलब सब प्री प्रोडक्शन चालू है शूट का, तो उसमें टाइम नहीं मिलता है, तो उन्हें डालना तो है जल्दी। और भाई साहब वो तो खतरनाक होने वाला है। वो देख के ही पागल होएगा भाई वीडियो कि क्या ही ऐसा कैसा लग सकता है। ओ भाई पॉकीमोन है फुल इधर, ये देखो। सुमेरु में ये मस्त है भाई, पॉकीमोन वाला फील भी आता है। अब ये टी क्यों नहीं दब रहा है? यस, इतना साल रुकाओगे भाइयों? ये मैं अभी कुछ चेस के पीछे भागता नहीं अभी के लिए। अभी के लिए तो फटफट मेरे को जाना है। ना 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 ना। अरे क्या बीटी है रे, मैं बस आर्कॉन क्वेस्ट कर रहा था, बाद में मुझे बोला कि अपना टाइनारी का क्वेस्ट करो। मैं बोला यार गया भाई, गेम ओवर। मैं तो समझ ही नहीं पा रहा था वालों। अरे होता है भाई, वो ज़रा यूज टू होने को टाइम लगता है भाई। इतना डजन भर एबिलिटीज है, सबका एबिलिटीज़ का समझो कैसा क्या करने का, बाद में अपने एबिलिटीज़ को मास्टर करो, बाद में दूसरों के एबिलिटीज़ समझो, उनका क्या काउंटर कर सकते हैं वो सोचो। बहुत बीटी है। क्या लो
तुला छोटे बीटल्स भेटले ना ते उचलू नको
का
तुझ्या वर्ल्ड मध्ये उचल।
दिस इज सो फन। अरे भाई अटैक ऑन टाइटन बस। यस नाइस। आहा भी किधर है, इधर है किधर था ना। लाइट भी नहीं दिख रहा है उसका, कितना दूर है भाई। सुमेरु में वाटरफॉल है, इधर सैंडफॉल है, क्या ही बोले अभी। पर चढ़ने का कैसा? अरे ऊपर चढ़ने का दादा मुझे, ये क्या टिप दे रहे हो, इधर उधर चलो। वो भाई साहब ये डेंजर ही है, बाकी को मैं इधर से जाता है। मुझे आया कुछ वालों का सेटिंग मस्त है। उफ मैक्स सेटिंग पे क्या मजा आ रहा है। अरे भाई वालों क्रेजी है, मजा आता है। सिर्फ एक ही है ना, कभी कभी वालों में ना इधर मारता हूँ उधर लगता है भाई, वो बहुत बीटी देता है। अरे भाई कर ले रे, कर ले तो। ओह भाई भाई छक्का भाई, क्या ही क्वेस्ट पे क्वेस्ट गए हो रहे हैं। बाद में देखता है मैं। अरे भाई मुझे देखने दो रे, डेजर्ट में क्या क्या है क्या नहीं है, क्या चालू है। मैं आया क्या तुम लोगों के पास? रिलोड कैसे होता है? आर दबा के। क्या बीटी है। और हाँ हर टाइम रिलोड करने का आदत मत लगा, ऐसा 2-3 बुलेट रहेगा तभी रिलोड करते जा। सिंगल डिजिट में बुलेट आएगा तो भाई वो गंदा आदत लग गया है। अभी हर बाइक को मारने के बाद रिलोड करो। फाइंड अ वे टू एंटर द रोबोट, नहीं करने का भाई एंटर। मुझे जो चीज एंटर करने का वो देखो इधर है। अच्छा आवाज मुझे मारेगा। चल हाँ हाँ क्या नूब है। चल अरे गॉड आ भाई आ भाई चल 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 कलन। अरे जो नाना टांग मेरे को ये नहीं करने का, मेरे को ऊपर जाने का, मुझे कुछ दूसरी चीजें देखने के। क्या फालतू चालू है इसका। क्या ही मारेगा। अरे हाँ क्या ही मारेगा, दिख भी नहीं रहा है। मैं आगे से मुझे ऊपर चढ़ने नहीं देगा। इधर से मुझे लगता है ऊपर की तरफ तो कुछ तो जुगाड़ करना पड़ेगा। इधर से तो कुछ नहीं होएगा। ओके इधर से ऊपर चढ़ इधर से ही सकते हैं। भाई ये सुमेर एक्सप्लोरेशन साल लेगा अभी। ये पत्थर चढ़ते तक ही 2 घंटा हो जाएगा अभी। हाँ आई कैन सी लिवे बनने वाला ये डेजर्ट रीजन। हो गया भाड़ में। मैं जाने दो भाई साहब, बहुत 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 ज्यादा तरासे है। इधर तो भाई क्वेस्ट ही भरते जा रहे हैं। ये क्वेस्ट करने के लिए वो टिग्नारी का क्वेस्ट करना पड़ेगा। किधर है फालतू टिग्नारी तेरा। रिटर्न टू द क्वेस्ट स्क्रीन। टाइनरी किधर है टाइनरी। ये टाइनरी वाला है। ठीक है भाई चलो। भाई जोंगली पत्थर फेंक के मारेगा तेरे को शान भाई। ठीक है किधर है। चलो उड़ता ही फिरूं। आहा ये कैसा मस्त मस्त जरा सा प्लेजेंट लगता है। आहा क्या मस्त है। अरे वो फालतू। चल भाई टिग्नारी क्या सीन। इससे मस्त प्रीमोस कितने 2281। ठीक है इधर से आएगा 14। पहले मेरा है ना, मुझे एक गोल है मेरा वो कंप्लीट करने दो। तो अभी मेरा ठीक है और मुझे 4 फेज जमा करने के, उसके बाद जी हो गया मेरा।
This is where you've been, Tainari? That's...
Keep your voice down.
ठीक है भाई।
Tainari, everything's spinning.
भाई क्यों ड्रग्स करते हो फिर।
Am I going to die?
सीरियस है।
Tell Suna that I'm sorry for breaking her toy. I didn't, Tainari. I heard that people turn into birds after they die. Is that true? I feel like I'm getting lighter.
What happened? Tainari...
Okay. Enough. You just have a small fever. Take your medication and rest. You'll be bouncing off the walls in no time.
Really? Then you keep the thing about the toy a secret for now?
No can do. You're a big kid now. Once you've recovered, go and apologize. Keeping secrets to yourself won't solve
anything.
Oh,
Hey, let me ask you something. I recall that you're usually pretty healthy. How did you get this sick all of a sudden?
I don't know either. Mom's been telling me not to play in the forest. I just wanted to look inside. It's different from before. I got lost and went around in a huge circle. After I got out, I started feeling dizzy.
Could it be?
Contaminated region.
So that's how this whole mess happened. Anyway, go rest. Traveler, Paimon, let's step out for now.
Chalo bhai.
Mr. Forest Watcher, how is my son?
Asha, oh.
I gave him some antipyretics. Let him rest here for a while.
Okay.
I told him that he would feel better after some medicine and rest, but I only said that to comfort him. His symptoms resemble a fever, but something else is causing them. They seem more akin to a disruption in his psyche. Antipyretics won't be of much use.
What do we do? Mr. Forest Watcher, you have to help him.
If memory serves, a plant called Vasanti grass can help soothe the mind. A small number grow in arid deserts. They usually look like shriveled weeds, but can be revitalized. They're expensive and unable to grow in the Avidya forest's climate, so I don't have any on hand. I'll ask the caravans. Go find Kale, have her prepare medicinal tools and a set of traveling gear.
All right.
Contaminated region, huh? Is that why you two are also here?
Yep.
Doesn't seem like one. Whether you look at scale, internal conditions, or resultant effects, they're completely different. The only thing they have in common is that they aren't welcome. This nuisance made itself home in the Avidya forest, so I can't turn a blind eye.
We feel the same.
All right. Let's contact the caravans first and purchase some Vasanti grass. We can also ask about the contaminated region. There's no time to waste. We have to move quickly.
Oh भाई move quickly full एकदम flash अपन. कहाँ पे जाना है किधर? अरे. ये फटफट खत्म करता है मैं. मुझे जब भी लगा ना वो भाई आर्कॉन को इसका इंटरेस्टिंग हो रहा है तभी हक दिया.
Excuse me, I'd like to purchase some Vasanti grass.
I'm sorry, Mr. Forest Watcher, but we've been
closed. Now that's odd.
It's a long story.
Some of
Some of
those
our
stories,
mechanical parts that we got from the academia, although they're old models, they still fetch a good price. Our caravans had to pull together Mora to afford those parts. All the merchants talked it over, and we decided to raise the prices of our remaining inventory. Until this plan takes effect, none of us can privately sell anything.
I don't get it. If these goods are so important, then why not think of a way to get them back? Raising prices won't solve anything. At best, you're shoving the consequences of the robbery onto your...
Mr. Forest Watch, we asked around, and apparently the forest has been very unusual as of late. Anyone who goes in experiences... We can't keep waiting out here for the thief to come out. All we could do is come up with another solution.
So the bandit hid in the contaminated region after stealing those... How many people were there in total? Were they not affected by the
That crook came from the contaminated region. As for how many...
They weren't any people.
Even if I tell you, you might not believe me. Fine. The thief that stole our parts was a huge mechanical crab.
What the heck? The Avidya forest has creatures?
To be honest, I'd rather not think about it. It moved too skillfully to be... It came out of nowhere. Before we could react, it swiped our goods. We were all shocked. By the time we came to our senses, the thief was already long gone.
I see. If we help you retrieve your stolen goods, then...
Oh, but of course, not only that, but you'll become one of our caravan's VIPs!
Enough. Tell me something that's actually useful. Any leads on that mechanical?
Maybe one. After our goods were stolen, we if you're interested, you can go.
All right, we'll go and.
चलो आइए फटफट करता हूँ एक सेकंड क्या
That mechanical 10 of us might. Didn't the academy our salaries
इधर से कुछ नहीं भाई ये कुछ नहीं होता है क्वेस्ट में ये सिर्फ टाइम पास क्वेस्ट बड़ा करने का
After the goods were stolen. It turns out that, however, a caravan carrying whatever the case.
किधर है ओ छोड़े ओके ठीक है नहीं बड़ा है
I heard from the caravanners that there we don't normally it only shows up when
you haven't tried
we have, but however, it apparently once its stash grows.
ठीक है ये मर्चेंट इधर तेरी
How are things?
We learned of its beak. Assuming if I were its owner, I'd keep, but it only goes
right.
So you all found
स्ट्रीम करते हैं स्ट्रीम करते हैं
more mechanical parts with you.
Yes, I still have a small bag of samples. They weren't taken since I keep them on me at all times. Oh,
चांगले
are you planning to?
चांगले
Under constant external conditions, organisms rarely initiate changes in their habits. Here's what we know so far.
9/11
It has a mechanical composition, it lives in the contaminated region, and it comes out to steal mechanical components. If we have said components, we can lure it out, capture it, and then make observations for further conclusions.
दाखव जरा मग दिसत नाही
Chatting like this won't get us anywhere.
तसंच जाऊया
You're right. We don't have any other options right now. This bag of samples is all yours, Mr. Forest Watcher. If you can get our goods back, the caravans will reward you generously.
We don't need anything in return.
ये फेस्टिवल बहुत क्रेजी है
I may have other uses for it later.
Like लोग इतना एक्साइट हो रहे हैं for
Our act has to be convincing
ए
of
भाई
what
ये
the
क्या
crab fall for it.
ये ऐसा क्यों मूव कर रहा है बस ओके ठीक
No
है
problem at all. If it means getting our things back,
I'll have to decline. Once it appears, capture it.
Don't worry, we're professional.
ये अपना जो गरबा एंड ऑल क्या ही क्रेजी है रे लोग मतलब मेरा बहुत डेली अप एंड डाउन होता है अभी आजकल काम की वजह से तो और सब लोग इतना मस्त तैयार बियार होके जाते हैं और वो भी फुल एकदम इतना क्रेजी ना भाई लड़कों का छोड़ो लड़कियों का आई शपथ भाई मज़ा आता रहा इन लोगों को क्या मालूम मेरा वापस अभी एक शूट है तो उसके लिए मुझे सब रेडी करना है मेरा सब चीज़ें क्या मालूम मैं अभी एक नया सीरीज चालू करने वाला हूँ बाय द वे आर्क का तो उसका मैं सब शूट्स एंड ऑल कर रहा हूँ देखते हैं अभी आगे कैसा चलता है
Okay, we'll start from here and have the Sumter Beast with the components on board lead the way.
चलो
This Sumter Beast isn't familiar with us yet, so be calm and take your time with it.
ओके भाई वो बीस्ट पे नहीं देगा
The Sumter Beast went ahead. Let's keep up with it.
चलो क्या फास्ट जा रहा है भाई मर गया मैं
Looks like it's loafing around. Or maybe it's hungry. The caravanners grew disheartened after their goods were stolen, so they probably didn't feed their animals as scheduled.
क्या दूँ क्या
Let's give it something to eat.
अरे कैसा दूँ तो खाने को किधर से इधर अरे मच्छी पकड़ा एक ये क्या बिडू मच्छी बैग में कुछ ऐसा है क्या जो ये क्या है खाने के लिए क्या दूँ उसको नहीं ये तो मेरा हाँ तो क्या दूँ
नवीन इवेंट करता है
नहीं The gaze of a certain god कौन गॉड है When Tigna decided to discover. इधर है, कौन है ये?
हाँ तेरा पार्टी से ओह
ओह
Where do you want to go next?
हाँ करना जरा भाई साहब, ये बीटी वाला ये सीन अभी हम लोग क्वेस्ट कर रहे हैं। चलो भाई, मेरा ज़रा चैट थोड़े मिनट के लिए बंद रहेगा, तो बेयर विथ मी। चलो चलो, किधर है रे छोकरे? हाँ मेरा ऐसा ना यार, ये चाहिए वर्ल्ड क्वेस्ट। ओ आर्कॉन क्वेस्ट बता। ओके लफड़ी।
Traveler and a floating ferry. We've got you all right. Take a look around. You've fallen right into our trap.
लॉल रेडन से फाइट किया है भाई।
From the core of 30?
Core of 30? We're nothing like those government lapdogs who don't even get scraps from. We are an elite brigade that commands the highest commission rate in all of Sumeru. We're here on the orders of a client.
लॉल अरे हाँ रे डॉक्टर
The doctor just sent the Fatui after us.
Still wasting time on idle.
अरे भाई आजा क्या ही उखाड़ोगे? अरे क्या ही उखाड़ोगे हमारा? हमारी जिंदगी ही बर्बाद है। किधर और किधर? आओ भाई आओ भाई, वो दोतरे को भी ऐसा मारेगा मैं। स्कारा कभी आएगा? और कौन है? पेलो ना। अरे बेनेट को निकालो और ये मारो भाई। खत्म भाई, गेम ओवर इधर ही। अब पूरा फोन दे, अब पूरा फोन दे डाला था।
Looks like we'll have to keep our guards up. But this doctor guy seems like a pretty tough opponent.
You know exactly what to set up an ambush.
Going up against smart people is tough.
भाई जस्ट इमेजिन अगर गॉड ऑफ विजडम एक्चुअल में ये होती थी विलन। हाँ खत्म भाई। एक सेकंड, ये ओके नहीं है। किधर है वो भाई? टाइनरी किधर? 6 ओ फली। व्हाट इज अप छड़े?
Oh, it's the traveler and Paimon. What are you two doing back here?
पलटू गिरी। कौन दे?
Are you doing all right?
एक सेकंड।
To be honest, I'm not doing too well. My Elazar has been progressing at a faster rate lately.
किधर गया मैं?
Finding it harder to complete more intricate tasks. As a result, Master Tainari is taking me off the patrol schedule. He will only allow me to stay here and coordinate other people's tasks. Oh,
Kale क्यों 10?
Speaking of Tainari, did he go off on patrol? Oh, Master Tainari? He just left the Avidia forest a little.
Oh.
He left? What? Isn't Tainari always saying that he never wants to leave the Avidia forest? I thought it was weird too.
Master
Tainari always prioritizes his work as a forest watcher above everything. He almost never leaves his post. He left in a hurry this time. No, I only found out that he left through a message he left behind. He also made sure to delegate all his to leave in such a hurry? Master, I know that before he became a forest watcher, Master Tainari once spent a long time conducting research at Party's DI. A research base, huh? Gotta wonder what kind of research Tainari just decided to work on all of a sudden. Oh, we don't have a lot of time, so let's go look for him at Party
भाई ये किधर है? Please take care of it, Chloe. Yes.
Don't worry, I'm got it.
ठीक है. अभी ये किधर है पार्टी वाला? ओह, इधर स्कार आएगा. इधर स्कार आएगा. ये?
Wait, look who it is!
Catherine.
Goodness, you're okay. We were so worried about you.
We haven't. Okay.
Hey, this was supposed to be a touching reunion, but
But
you're
I
ruining
don't
the
know.
moment.
Actually, it's very smart of the traveler to be wary of me right now.
After all, the
After
doctor has shown
all,
his
the
technology.
doctor has shown that his technology plus. It's not like you could have known what happened after we split up, and I was facing the doctor. Even a pool of stagnant water after a torrential storm can occasionally pass as a patch of sky.
Oh, bhai.
Paimon feels like only the real Nahida could come up with such an obscure
I
analogy.
agree, bhai.
Huh? But I wasn't trying to win your trust or
I
anything.
wonder what's okay.
We understand that point now. Please, Nahida, tell us more about what
Are those
happened.
poor
When
people?
you
Huh?
left, I was still in the middle of restoring everyone's minds. Thankfully, when the doctor mentioned depositing information into the subconscious, he didn't mean engraving information into their minds. Instead, he did something closer to creating hallucinations. That was still. Luckily, I managed to finish my restorations and mind jump away from him just as he was about to capture me.
What a relief.
Doctor pulled some
Doctor
hidden
sure
cards.
pulled out some hidden cards, but
I wouldn't be really. I gave away my true identity when I restored everyone's minds, which
means
means we've
you
lost
will-
another one of our trump cards.
और
Also,
कितना ट्रम्प कार्ड है
the
भाई?
doctor is already an expert at modifying Akasha terminals. Maybe it's only a matter of time until he captures my consciousness inside the Akasha.
would that mean you'd no longer be able to jump between minds?
And then how do we
How do
stop
we
him?
stop him? He's still at the
You
academy.
need to hurry.
It feels like he's toying with plus. The doctor's combat ability alone is apparently enough to make him worthy of being number 2 of the.
We shouldn't give up hope just yet.
Let's try find it.
Let's try
Okay.
to find.
Actually, Nahida, how did you know we were trying?
Yes, I have. I can see the traveler's
did you say?
elemental energy. So I deduced your destination by looking at the direction you were You didn't come here for sightseeing, right?
We're looking for a scholar we know. His name is Tainari, and
Yes,
the
it is
sages
only
once tried to
Radha.
reach out to him.
Okay, let's...
ठीक है. I expected स्कारा मिलेगा, but ठीक है, स्कारा नहीं है. स्कारा बाहर आ. ओह.
Traveler?
Okay, ये चाय.
It is you!
वो तो दूसरा लगा.
The voice! It's Hypatia!
What a pleasant surprise!
Nice to see you too.
Who's this?
She's a scholar we met in the Avidia Forest. When we last saw each other, she was still training in the...
सत्यवाद है लाइफ.
Oh, I see.
That's right.
ये लोग
we're
wrong ही
old
pronounce
friends.
कर गए.
You've come at just the right
वैसे
time.
मैं कभी hardly anyone has ever talked to me.
Hypatia, you're way too excited
This
about
actually
this.
lead the way for me and anyone to finish
Did you
training and
finish your training and reach Paripurna life?
Paripurna.
What do you think? My consciousness has already managed to make contact with the divine.
Huh?
You did it! Congratulations!
It's so exhilarating to share this sublime joy with others. When my consciousness made contact with the gods.
That was a supreme and
Supreme
unparalleled.
and unparalleled.
That sounds incredible!
भाई जो काम के लिए वो करो ना.
Oh,
हाँ.
all right. Actually, remember? I promised to help you understand what you saw from Irminsul once I
मैं
did.
क्या
My
देखूं?
current self has not only gained true insight, but I can even help you establish a direct connection to the consciousness of the divine.
You can do that?
I've never heard of anything like that, but if you want to give it a try...
Hold on. I brought some spirit borneal with me. This is still a crucial part of
मुझे
the
क्यों लग
ceremony.
रहा है ये बेट करे उन लोगों को.
We're using that incense?
All right now. Hold my hand. I'll help you.
Okay.
Ready?
भाई वेट करिए। ओ भाई सच में गए?
It took 3 betrayals for me to finally understand. The world is just an elaborate tapestry of lies. My fury will never be quelled. The first to betray me was a god. My creator. My mother.
Iskara.
Valuing strength above all, she saw no worth in me and I was discarded. The second was a human. My family. My friend. Consumed by fear, he saw me as an abomination. The third was one exactly like me. A hope for the future. A fledgling barely out of the nest. Powerless before his mortality, he broke his promise to me. Humans, they can't be trusted. And the gods fill me with pure loathing. So I said good riddance. I denounce the world and laugh in its face. My chest will never again be defiled by worldly filth. I will scrub away every last trace of human emotion. Then it will be empty, a blank slate, and ready to receive a supreme gnosis, brimming with pure divinity. There is no need to fear. The pain will be brief. Your era is coming to an end.
भाई क्या डेडली दिखाया है, पर ये इसके इधर क्यों दिख रहा है?
What was that?
This is neither the great Lord
Did we
Conscious.
actually just see the Balladeer's memories? Everything matches, but how is he connected to the divine consciousness that have hit?
You saw it, right? You felt it, right? Such a majestic... Alas, shame. If only that which beats within my chest wasn't a filthy mortal heart. How great it...
Do you understand now? I'm afraid this is no Purina life, but rather...
You! Why are you so mean to me? I found divine wisdom. Shouldn't I receive praise and honor? Haven't I uncovered...
Apasia?
That's how I always thought everything should... Wait. Have I... already lost my mind?
भाई क्या क्रेजी चल रहा है? भाई इतना बिल्डअप करके छोड़ दिया?
Wait, something is...
ओ आ गए लफड़ी। ओहो पावर ऑफ डेंड्रो। टेल मी स्कारा मदद करेगा? स्कारा कैसे लिंक्ड है इन लोगों से? क्या चल रहा है?
Are you okay, Nahida? Wait, no. Something feels different.
Oh, the traveler's back?
Nahida was controlling your body for a while. It seemed like she jumped over to you as an emergency measure right before the Catherine puppet was destroyed. After that, Tainari heard the commotion and came over. He helped us defeat the mercenaries and then he ran with us all the way here.
This time she didn't just transfer her mind to her.
What? You swapped places? You mean your consciousness also went into Nahida? Wait, then where is Nahida's...
I never imagined that an individual's consciousness could be transferred around like this. Had I not seen it with my own eyes, I would have never believed it. Also, while we were running, the consciousness in your body told me to pass on a message. The doctor has found a way to trap my consciousness, so I can't journey with you anymore. But even in a moonless night, a shower of starlight can still drown out illusions and lies.
Oh no! Nahida's trapped in the same... Was that message all she left for us? It's pretty vague. Oh, that makes sense! Since the doctor captured her,
She wouldn't be able
she
to
won't
say
be able to
anything
say
without
anything
him
without him
knowing.
knowing. Even in a moonless night, a shower of starlight can still drown out illusions and lies.
तो भाई जब मून नहीं रहेगा तब कुछ तो मिट्टी शार होगा.
Everyone knows the moon illusions and lies are from the alchemical divination at the Sub-Zero's festival. Didn't Nahida use a starlight analogy before? It had something to do with Sataria.
Oh.
Oh, that makes a lot of sense. Huh. Do you think Nahida was telling us? But she isn't with us anymore.
I think
We'll be okay?
Paimon, you said Sanctuary of Surasthana. Does this mean that this Nahida you're talking about, the consciousness who was occupying the traveler's body, is...
Your guess is correct, but the situation's a bit complicated, so it's really hard for us to explain right now.
That's all right. A scholar's curiosity doesn't need to be appeased right away. As for the complicated nature of the situation, I've spent some time with you, and it looks like the Dendro Archon's also on your side, so...
I trust you.
I trust
Easy,
you.
bye.
Oh, actually, we came here to ask you a question. What do you know about the project that the sages have been working on?
Ah, that. While I was indeed invited to join that project, all I know is that that project has something to do with the restoration of Irminsul.
Huh? Did you see something when you were in Nahida's body?
The film is turning the balladeer into a god.
Do you have any evidence?
I saw a nursing god under construction. Oh, भाई साहब आ गया ना.
So that's what happened. That explains why Hypatia's symptoms were different from those of the other scholars who went mad. It's because she made contact with the consciousness of a new god who is still in the process of being born.
Tainari, did you leave the Avidia Forest because of Hypatia?
I did. I noticed Hypatia's mental anomalies, but since her symptoms were rather atypical, I secretly took her to Pardes Dii and began searching for a way to return her to her normal state. If I didn't take action, Hypatia would have already been taken by the Matra to the desert, doomed to a life of exile. Now that you mention it, I knew the Academia has never thought particularly highly of Lesser Lord Kusanali, but I still didn't expect them to do something as arrogant as creating a new god. Looks like I made the right decision by not accepting the Doctor and the Balladeer. We have two Fatui Harbor. From your description, I don't think they've completed their project. They're made, but then, what is the connection between creating a new god?
Yeah, it feels like we're still nowhere close to figuring out the sage's goals.
Let's head to the desert now.
Right. We've pretty much gone over everything we need to know.
Chalo.
So we should head out. How about you?
I'll stay here for now. I still want to try a few more things. If you're planning to go into the desert, start by heading for Caravan Rabat. That'll be your come find me here if there's anything else I can do to help.
Okay.
Tainari. Hopefully.
I guess एक क्वेस्ट इधर खत्म होगा. हाँ, अरे I know man, I know. इधर जाने दे, लगा ही था। ठीक है तो वो किधर है? ठीक है इधर जाते हैं, पहले देखते क्या सीन है। What is up वीडियो? किधर जाना, किधर है यार? ओके अभी बोलो भाई क्या सीन?
We finally made it to Caravan Reach. So, just past this wall is the... Oh, wow. Paimon remembers hearing people call this the Wall of Samiel. It's made to block sandstorms from the outside.
This tower has got to be
this tall, it's gotta be the divine work of Greater
it's
Lord...
indeed.
Enough gawking.
Oh.
Come on, follow me.
Huh?
Huh?
A little?
Over here.
Okay. I wasn't expecting him.
Let's hurry up and follow him. Wonder what he's up to.
अरे चल ना, गाने लेके आ गया इसको मैं। चलो चलो भाई अले तो साइना का फाइट होगा। ओ पैसा crazy.
What the? Where did he go? How did we lose him?
चलो चलो भागो।
Aramite mercenaries? Who are they working for this time? Anyway,
you were too careless.
You should have
noticed
noticed
those hopeless amateurs trailing you a long time ago.
Thanks, Alhitom.
There's no need to thank me. I've never cared to keep track of personal favors. All I did was correct a mistake I happened to come across.
It's a habit I developed.
You really gave Paimon a scare, Alhaitham. We never thought we'd run into you here. Last time we met at Port Ormos, didn't you say you were going back to the academia? Wait, don't tell Paimon.
Oh, so you've already landed yourselves on the academia's hit list.
Ah.
I can't say that I... However, had I wished to turn you over to the academia,
don't
you think you'd already be the Eremites' honored guests by...
Oh, right. You do have a point.
I have no interest in running errands for that project. As a scholar, I've always belonged to the camp that promotes researcher autonomy. And these days, you're more fascinating than anything the sages can offer. Not quite. To tell you the truth, I'm still investigating the Divine Knowledge Capsule. Unfortunately, everyone says the capsule originated in the desert and was eventually moved to Port Ormos. If I am to get to the bottom of this, I must... Which brings me back to you. And why the leader of Ainul Ahmar used the Divine Knowledge Capsule right in front of you. And upon seeing him, your expression became perplexed, and you were lost in thought for quite some time. To have that kind of reaction, I think you must have realized something.
It must, because I was shocked to hear the word.
Alhaitham, you really have a ridiculous eye for detail.
What kind of person noticing the situation is still complicated?
So that's your answer.
Well, I do work for the camp after all.
I do work for the academia after all, but that does prove you do have some undisclosed information about the Divine Knowledge Capsule. No matter. Rather than simply learning the answers from you, I'd still prefer to investigate on my own. Speaking of,
That's right! We have the same plan as you! But we don't really have any concrete goals at the moment.
then I'd suggest starting with Aru Village. It's the largest settlement in the desert, so it'll probably have more resources and intel than anywhere else.
It's always better to travel with someone you know.
हाँ हाले तुम पार्टी में आएगा उसका किट रिवील करो भाई. ओके इधर नहीं है. हाँ अभी तक किट रिवील भी हो जाता था अगर होता भी था तो. आई गेस हम लोगों ने एक टीपी उधर रखा है. यस 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 यस. क्या हुआ?
Before us lies Aru Village, the safe haven of the desert folk.
Whoa, this landscape is really something else. What a cool place! Let's go check it out!
साइनो के साथ लफड़ी ओह आया अले तुम एक्चुअली स्वॉर्ड यूज कर रहे जो अभी रिलीज हुए हैं नए पैच में द 4-star वन
Unless my memory fails me, we have barely spoken 2 words to each other before now at the Academia. Would you care to enlighten me as to when and how I invited the General Mahamatra's wrath?
Oh, Hatham. Do not think you can escape my judgment.
Just
because you managed to escape my attack.
Judgment? So that's how you characterize your actions here, is it? Or would elimination perhaps be a more accurate description?
Had I used my full strength, not even this traveler would have been able to stop me. Though styled like an assassination, I sought only to ensure that my target would be unable to flee or resist. Standard practice for the Matra, as well you know.
Seemed to me more like your own personal touch.
Who is that, Al-Haytham? Did you call him General Mahamatra?
Yes. General Mahamatra Sino, head of all the Matra at the Academia. He's a formidable hunter, and the ultimate nightmare for any who have committed academic crimes.
You seem to have placed a lot of trust in Al-Haytham, to the point of blocking an attack for him. If I were you, I'd never choose to side with him. I wouldn't believe a single word that comes out of his mouth. I have been pursuing this scribe for a long time. I urge you, stand back and do not seek to defend him any longer. Otherwise, there will be consequences.
Has Al-Haytham done something wrong? Paimon doesn't think he's as bad as you've made him out to be.
I won't waste my breath explaining things. Al-Haytham, I saw it during our fight. Take it out. The divine knowledge capsule you're hiding on your person. Unless you want me to retrieve it for myself.
Very perceptive of you. Nothing escapes a Matra's senses.
Wait, the divine knowledge capsule? Didn't it fall into the Matra's hands in Port Ormos?
So you did lie to
No
us.
wonder you speak with such confidence, Sino. But I must admit, I'm very curious. What does this capsule mean to you? And why, as General Mahamatra of the Academia, are you all alone in the desert? As far as I'm aware, the other Matra have been speculating about your disappearance. Have you been given a mission that's, let's say, morally dubious? If I was the real target of your mission, what was stopping you from simply using your authority and resources to judge me within the walls of the Academia?
Is it a meat?
I should have known you'd be difficult to...
You two? Ugh. What you would do, traveler?
Well, look at you two, acting all tough and self-righteous over there.
Wait, Dia?
Guys, scene क्या है भाई ये?
Great, finally, you gotta help us out here. Otherwise, these two are gonna start fighting again.
Yeah, sure looks that way. 2 giants from the Academia duking it out once and for all. Not something you get to see every day. Listen, I know you academic types love to fill up your big brains with self-righteous morality and lord your empty rules and virtues over each other. But how dare you bring your petty disputes into the safe haven of Aru Village? It seems like someone's gonna have to beat some sense into your thick skulls until you finally learn to respect these grounds.
Neither of them can afford to be distracted by the...
Hey, did either of you hear a word I just said?
Okay.
What's going on? The wind's so strong. Is this a sandstorm?
Another sandstorm? What's up with these recently?
Hey! All of you, over here, quickly!
Okay.
We have to take cover.
Someone's calling for us. Oh, this wind is too strong.
That sounded like Candace.
Chalo.
Come on, you two. Jeez, are all of you academia folks such hard work? Move it!
All right, stop yelling.
साइन और कैंडस का प्रोनाउंसिएशन कुछ अलग है। वो इजिप्ट में बड़ी इन लोगों ने नॉर्मल इंग्लिश प्रोनाउंसिएशन दिए। बोलो भाई क्या सीन? अभी तक एक दूसरे में बोल रहे हैं।
This is pretty. Hey, wanna play sardines with 3 people who wanna tear each other limb from limb? The air is so thick and heavy. Paimon can hardly keep floating anymore.
My sincere apologies, everyone. This is the home of our village chief. I will have to ask you to make do with this small room until the sandstorm dies down. Please, let me introduce myself. I am Candace, protector of Aru village.
Our savior has come up. Nice to meet you, Candace. The name's Paimon. Thank you so much.
No.
There's no need to thank me. It's only right to help each other when the weather gets rough.
Wow, she's so gentle and caring, like a nice older sister.
All right. Now that we're all better acquainted, we should return to the topic. As a guardian charged with the responsibility to protect my fellow villagers from harm, I was observing your conflict from afar. And now that you have set foot within our village itself, it is all the more my responsibility to make absolutely sure that you pose no threat whatsoever to. So please, have an honest and sincere conversation with one another, and put your hostile feelings to rest. If anyone dares to start anything again while they are under this roof, I will not hesitate to send them out for some quality time with the creatures of the sandstorm.
Oh, on second thought, Paimon may have...
And that goes for you too, Miss Dia. Do I make myself clear?
All right, we got it, Candace.
That's what I like to hear. So, which of you will begin?
I was supposed to be a mediator, but I might have gotten a little too involved just now. Anyway, one of those two...
Wait, that was you trying to be a...
I have nothing to hide, so there's no shame in explaining myself.
Bol bhai.
All Hatham wasn't wrong about the other Matra not knowing my whereabouts. It's not because I've been assigned a morally dubious mission. Rather, I've chosen... A little while ago, I discovered that there was data missing in the Academia's project planning and development files. What little they did report clearly did not match the project's actual As General Mahamatra, I had the responsibility and authority to request an audit. However, to my surprise, the person responsible for the erroneous data was none other than Grand Sage Azar himself. I tried to investigate the issue myself before submitting a formal audit request, but I soon found that all leads and potential pieces of incriminating evidence were carefully concealed from me. I began to realize that they were cautious of me from the... Unsurprisingly, the Grand Sage rejected my audit request as soon as the submission reached his desk. He even said so. The power of the General Mahamatra is granted by the sages. You have no right to...
So they really are...
I realized then that to the Grand Sage, the Matra are nothing more than tools for the sages to assert and make the vows that we took, the principles that we strive to uphold. They are meaningless to the Academia. I believed it would be wise to flee the Academia before the sages had a chance to take action against me.
This way they can
no longer see nor predict. I will never give up on this investigation. There's no need for someone else to give me power or authority. Once I find the truth.
Sino seems to have the same goal as us. We're all investigating the sages. Plus, now that he's no longer the General Mahamatra, he somehow feels a lot less scary.
When I was investigating the matter in the academia,
What a
I
conversation
overheard a conversation between Alhaitham and a sage. The sages asked you to investigate a blonde-haired traveler. Do you dispute this, Alhaitham? Like many parts of the project, this assignment was undocumented. Now throw in your suspicious behavior with the Divine Knowledge Capsule, and I think we deserve an explanation.
Yes. I was indeed tasked with investigating the Traveler. After all, the promised reward was so great that hardly any scholar could have refused. The sage told me, once you've completed this assignment, I can give you a glimpse of divine knowledge.
A most enticing offer.
Unfortunately, those academics don't know me at all. Their words contained one key piece of information. Namely, that divine knowledge indeed exists. That gave me, from my perspective, the sages are far from trustworthy. Think about it. Isn't it a little strange they're so willing to share divine knowledge with anyone? So, I began my own investigation following the lead of the Divine Knowledge Capsule. In the end, I realized my wisdom in committing to this rather than collaborating with the sages. Had I been less guarded, I probably would have ended up like that Ain al-Ahmar mercenary, incapable of remaining sane for long enough.
You mean that the sages originally planned to dispose of you, using one of those capsules that drive people insane?
Did you join forces?
I'd already given up on the assignment by then. I only told the academia I was waiting in Port Ormos for you to appear so they wouldn't suspect anything. So it came as quite a surprise when I encountered my erstwhile target while investigating the Divine Knowledge Capsule.
Criminals do love to talk about coincidence.
Even though I ran into the Traveler by chance, I had no intention of providing assistance to the academia. Also, you were the ones who decided to follow me and strike up a conversation after I left that tavern.
Now that you mention it, things should go like that.
That's true. Alhaitham helped us out at Caravan Rebot as well. Maybe...
I'm willing to apologize, if that's worth anything to you. I took the Divine Knowledge Capsule behind your back because I judged its existence to be a significant risk. I felt that it would be best for no one to interact with it before it had been properly studied. After all, curiosity often proves to be the most dangerous thing in this land.
You should be well aware, Scribe Alhaitham, that curiosity can also lead you to danger and suspicion. Answer me this. Did the sages share any information about their project with you?
Have I not made myself clear?
You
and I are both distrusted by the academia.
Fine. Although you haven't completely proven your innocence.
As you wish.
Good. I'm glad to see. And now you, Dia. I believe.
Oh, sorry. Whatever the boys were talking about must have been so boring that I spaced out. My situation is pretty straightforward. My employer, Dunyarzad of the Homayani family, is friend. I had nothing going on, so I decided to return to our village for a visit. I was actually looking forward to a pretty, but then I saw these two random guys in the middle of a pointless argument. It ticked me off.
Is that all? Well, I will admit that definitely sounds like your style. In that case, welcome back, dear.
That's more like it. I missed you all so much.
Whoa! What was that sound?
No need to worry. Now that you're no longer at each other's throats, please make yourselves at home. I'll take a quick trip outside to clear out some of those creatures in the sandstorm.
Creatures? In the sandstorm?
Fighting in a sandstorm is not for the faint-hearted. Anyone without extensive training in these conditions is at a disadvantage.
Yeah, just leave them to Candace. Don't worry, she's as tough as they come.
After a while, the wind also began to calm. Okay.
The winds died down. That means the sandstorm's over, right? Candace still isn't back yet, though. Is she alright? Maybe we should go out.
When you put it that way, even I'm starting to feel a little worried.
Let's go.
All right, let's go.
चलो भाई बाहर. इधर से आना ना. चला. है किधर? वापस कुछ नहीं दिख तो नहीं रही है। वापस कुछ लपड़ी। ओके। अरे 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 हाँ मैं है ना डरता काहे कोई तू।
Candace, you're still fighting? You've been out here dealing with this
Yes. They just keep coming in waves.
Not
I
only.
lost count of how many I've defeated. Before I realized it, even the sandstorm had stopped.
Leave this round to us.
It's been quite a while since I've seen the flame main in action.
I'll be sure to put on a good show.
Oh भाई दिखाओ
Let's
दिखाओ
go.
फाइट दिखाओ। नाने टांग।
Solidify.
Born of ice and frost.
ये गया। अभी भी गया। कहाँ आ रहा?
Here comes another wave.
फाइट भाई। आया ना भाई। बस। हिंदी।
Just stopped appearing.
What we fought just now was probably the aftermath of the sandstorm.
Well fought, everyone. No injuries, I hope.
कौन है? इतना क्या build-up?
Ah, my apologies. I haven't had a chance to greet you yet.
Bas.
I had my hands full taking care of the village's elderly and children.
ये क्या है? क्या अटका क्या है? Okay, इधर
I
है।
am the chief of Aru village. Everyone usually calls me Uncle Anpu.
हाँ। ये तो लीकस के नाम
I
है।
am also originally from the desert, but I have not been back for some time now. May I ask if such sandstorms are common?
I can't say they've always been common, but recently, besides sandstorms, we also occasionally get earthquakes. According to an investigator who stayed in the village a while ago, these unusual natural phenomena are related to the withering of Irminsul.
Another effect of Irminsul's withering. So, Irminsul's withering causes withering zones in the forest, and sandstorms and earthquakes here.
Everything in the natural world is inextricably connected to Irminsul. The
Everyone in Aru village needs to take good care of them. Speaking of which, why haven't I seen a single village keeper since—
Village keeper? Who are they?
Does your curiosity know no bounds? Village Keeper is how Aru village refers to mad scholars, exiled here by the academia. Most of them are scholars who lost their sanity. After a period of training in the Avidia, the academia believes that their crazed mutterings may have a negative effect on the psyche.
Alas, that's exactly what we've been trying to investigate. One by one, the village, but no one in the village has ever seen them leave. If you're planning to stay around the village for the next few days...
I've had encounters with those people in the past.
The Matra are the ones responsible for their exile. Now that you're no longer with them, are you trying to alleviate your guilt in a
Mock me if you will, but if you are guilty, I will eliminate you.
Oh, you're the former General Mahamatra. You must be an expert in these kinds of investigations.
Because you're reminded of Hypatia? Oh,
Yes,
these
poor
poor scholars. First they lose their sanity, but is it really a good idea to tag along with Sino?
That's
You
why.
really don't trust him.
I'll be grateful for the assistance.
Appu them आगे.
No doubt you will do a better job than some of my former subordinates. Let's start by finding a spot to share what we know so far.
ठीक है नसीब भाई। ये ऐसा नहीं लग रहा है, ऐसा मेन दिशा से भटक रहा है। वो क्या मालूम मम्मी वापस जल्दी लेके आए। भरोसा नहीं भाई इन लोगों का। आइए लो आ गए हम। बताओ क्या सीन?
Although I've sent myself into exile, I'm still doing essentially the same things as before. Do you still have any questions for me before we start our investigation? One of my former subordinates told me that this title has its origins in a strange... The Academia has long exiled mad scholars to Aru Village. A mysterious phenomenon exists when mad scholars first arrive. They are as incoherent and deranged as before. But after spending some time here, they invariably begin to calm down. Initially, the people of Aru Village greatly resented having to take in the mad scholars. But a strange incident one night changed that. Aru Village was struck by the strongest earthquake in living memory. Seeing buildings on the verge of collapse all around him, the then chief suddenly, he noticed a mad scholar crouching in a corner, caressing the ground with his hands. A soft, green light radiated from him, like a divine glow against the backdrop of night. Despite the powerful tremors that ripped through the ground that night, all the houses remained upright, almost as if they had grown roots reaching deep into... After that, the people of Aru Village treated the mad scholars with greater kindness, and began to refer to them as the village keepers.
The soft green light? A mad scholar protecting Aru Village?
Only
Well,
she.
I would think so too. Actually, Sino, do you know if any of the mad scholars continued to wear their Akasha terminals at Aru Village?
In theory, they would continue wearing them so the Academia could still monitor their activities. With that said, the main Akasha system would no longer have any interaction with them.
Oh, no wonder! Everything makes sense then! Add in the fact that they calmed down, it was probably Nahida who calmed them.
If you are able to draw a conclusion from this one story alone, then it appears you possess much more information. So, what do you make of the story?
Desang was actually the one who protected her, right?
Really? Lesser Lord Kusanali.
What? You don't believe us? Lesser Lord Kusanali was definitely using the Akasha to give her power.
No, it's not so much that I don't believe you.
I'm just struck by
I'm just
everything.
struck. Lesser Lord Kusanali, the current Dendro Archon.
Is she really active?
The Academia has always placed far greater importance on the late Greater Lord Rukkhadevata. They've more or less ignored Lesser Lord Kusanali, and I've never had any reason to doubt their view. In addition, I've never heard any stories about Lesser Lord Kusanali and her deeds. To me...
No way! Nahida definitely exists! She's a... How should Paimon put it? She's a good Archon who's kind and wise, even if she says weird stuff sometimes.
I've spent many years interrogating criminals, so I can easily...
Good! Then you should know that we're telling...
That look in your eyes. How can this be? To think. Our Archon has been amongst us this entire time.
Alright, now it's our turn to put our skills to good use for this investigation.
You
But
betcha.
easier said than done, especially since we don't have any leads.
Excuse me, are you here to help me?
Huh?
By the sounds of it, a resident of this village.
My name is Isak.
Is your grandpa mad?
Hey, don't say that. Grandpa is just Grandpa.
Just calling
Why do you have to...
The person you're referring to is not a local, yet you are.
Grandpa is just Grandpa. I heard everything you said to the village chief. Please, you gotta take me with you. I want to find my grandpa.
Ah, so you're the one who was eavesdropping on us around the village chief's house. I was planning to go out and take care of whoever it was, but I had a vague feeling that they didn't harbor any ill intent.
Whoa. Hatham wasn't kidding about Matra having sharp senses. Sino, he's just a kid. All he wants is to find his...
Sorry, I was only listening in because I wanted to know where Grandpa went. Honest, if you don't...
All right. But first, let's go.
चलो फिर चला चला कैंडिस ला बैठूगा कैंडिस open the door Candice open the door
Sino is all the Matra are like?
Yes.
Ah, you're back already.
We just wanted to confirm something with you. Do you know a boy by the name of Isak?
I had a feeling he'd go.
Huh? You knew this would...
Yes. Although he tried his best to stay hidden, I still noticed him eavesdropping outside the window. He really wants to get his grandfather. Isak's parents were both Aramite mercenaries who rarely returned to the village after finding employment in the city. He was raised by his grandfather. Unfortunately, it was only a few years before his grandpa passed away. Isak was still very young at the time, so various families in the village took turns caring for him so he could survive. Later, an elderly mad scholar arrived at the village. Isak thought the scholar bore a striking resemblance to his grandfather, and thus often spied on the man. However, the scholar was unkempt in appearance and incoherent in speech. Although Isak referred to the man as his grandpa, he was afraid. One summer night, the oft mumbling and bumbling grandpa suddenly calmed down and seemed to become more lucid. He even noticed so Grandpa walked up to Isak and patted him on the head. He even took Isak to the entrance of the village, where he patiently taught the boy the names of the stars, and accompanied Isak until he fell asleep. The next morning, Isak woke up and wanted to go find his grandpa again, only to realize his grandpa no longer recognized him. However, even so, Grandpa retained his calm expression. It's said that those who saw the scholar claimed he no longer appeared to be crazy, but appeared to be living in his own world. Isak was thrilled that his grandpa was able to find peace, and would follow him all the time, asking him things like, "Grandpa, want me to take you somewhere fun?" or...
All this somehow just makes Paimon feel really sad. It seems like they both deserve so much...
Perhaps. Nearly everyone who lives in the desert has some form of hardship or regret. But even so, it's also my reason for fighting. I must
Maybe the people have always had a considerate god watching over them.
What did you say, son?
No, nothing. As long as Isak keeps his word and doesn't get in our way, we can...
Perhaps you are more compassionate than I gave you credit for. Please accept my thanks on...
चलो भाई साहब, ये देखना है क्या सीन कर रहे हैं. डायरेक्ट यही लो ना, दिक्कतें भी क्यों ऐसे जाऊंगी तुमने?
We've cleared everything up. Let's go fight. Really? Wow.
तो grandpa will...
All right. Let's ask the local...
अरे यार, ओके. एक्ट 3 खत्म हो चुका है, एक्ट 4 बाकी है. I was actually thinking कि कितना बजा अभी. ओह, अजिली क्या मालूम, खतरनाक नाम है. ओके, कितना टाइम चला है स्ट्रीम किती देर चालू है? नाही दिसत, नाही दिसत.
2.9 minutes.
2
hours 9 minutes.
9 minutes. I guess आज का स्ट्रीम इधर ही रोकता हूँ मैं जरा सुबह वो इतना सब ये कांड इस वजह से एग्जॉस्टेड हूँ मैं. 70 versus 4 5 30 बड़ी हो गई. Oh, I might start an evening stream tomorrow. ओके, मरती नहीं क्या माय बैड. तो मैं क्या करूँ कि ज़रा सुबह टेलीपोर्टर्स ओपन कर लूँगा, सब ये ओपन कर लूँगा एरिया, तो कैसा ट्रैवल करने को इजी करेगा और थोड़े पीछे के क्वेस्ट करने को लो लेगा, तो वो इतना बिटी नहीं रहेगा. हाँ भाई मैं बहुत एग्जॉस्टेड, मुझे लगा मैं कर पाएगा बट 5 हो गया, मुझे मारना पड़ा। ठीक है फिर मिलते हैं हम लोग नेक्स्ट स्ट्रीम में। चलेगा कल मोस्टली हम लोग ख़त्म कर देंगे स्ट्रीम। ये जो आर्कॉन कोस्ट है आई गेस एक पैच बाकी है, तो एक पैच कर देंगे वो पूरा, एंड देन हम लोग जो नया इवेंट है वो देखेंगे कि क्या है, कैसा क्या सीन है उधर। सो मिलता है नेक्स्ट स्ट्रीम में, टिल देन पीस।